Ethereum's on the edge, the precipice of collapsing to nothing. Will it go there? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. My name is Mr. Jeremy. I'm in the pipe 5x5, living in Dubai. Hope you're doing well. Man, we got some news for you, right? We're going to go over the news, going to go over a few things. And then next week, I want you guys to know that I'm not going to do any shows all of next week because I'm moving my studio. Everything here is going to be gone. I'm going to be moving it to a new location. And yeah, so no shows for about a week or so. And then, yeah, I'll be back full bore after that. So with that said, we're going to also do some TA and see what we can do for some trading. And yeah, and if you're interested in doing some trading, you can do so at bybit.davinciJ15.com. Link is in the description below, right? And yes, you can join the World Series of Trading. Make sure you get some ID or use, Bybit also has a decentralized exchange, which Apex is called. And yeah, you can use that as well if you don't want to get some ID. 2 more days and I'll be, at NCRYPTO Rewards. And also in October 22nd, I'm going to be on a panel for the Blockchain Live for their conference as well. Tell you what, if you guys could say hi, take some pictures, right? Yeah, and if you put it on Instagram, I will repost that picture. Okay. Looking at the next gen, oof. A little bit of the October failure has come into the MEMECOIN, but don't worry, it's only a temporary setback as they will be getting back on their feet very shortly, right? Just, sometimes things don't work out as planned as we always hoped, right, for in all this crypto madness. Okay, so here's the news for today. If you want to check out this link is going to be in the description. Michael Saylor, Bitcoin is lightning in a bottle. Very pretty, very nice. Yes, it's actually energy, stored energy. Money is basically your stored energy that you work for and you're saving it. And our current money actually does not allow you to save your work energy and save it for the future. Our work energy builds on top of each other. And I talked about this in the debate yesterday that I did against XRP. And we don't want any man to be able to steal that work energy from us. Because what happens is when we produce something that's cool and we start building on top of that, that adds a lot of value. So this is where Bitcoin stores that value. So for example, you build a rocket ship, right? This allows you to go to the moon, it allows you to go to Mars, which allows us to get more metals, get more things and provide more value. And you don't want somebody to steal the fact that you built the rocket ship value, the value of building that rocket ship away from you or away from your children, because that builds up over time. That value that you created actually builds up over time. And so that's why Bitcoin is the best asset for storing your wealth, because now your wealth is being stored and now the value is being stacked on top of each other, just like when we produce something. If the value is stacked on top and we can store that stacked value inside of Bitcoin. Okay, breaking news. The Federal Reserve lost money last year. How does it lose money? You're like, how's this possible? Because it's printed. Well, because when you buy a bond, right, they buy short-term dated bonds and then the interest rate jumps up, but the long-dated bonds jumps up because they don't manage long-dated bonds, meaning 10-year bonds, treasury bonds. It affects the lower end of the yield curve, right? So they end up taking a loss when they go and sell those short-term bonds back to the market. And yeah, now they could have, of course, held it to maturity, but they need to regulate the market by selling the bonds, and so they took losses when they did that. So that's how they lost. Okay, Bitcoin investors in better position as on-chain metrics signal market shift. Glassnode. Okay. Well, the market, right? We are set because people are actually buying more Bitcoin, buying more crypto. Eh? The price action provides the first indication that a structured downtrend may be approaching a phase shift. Yes. This suggests the hodling persists as a dominant behavior of Bitcoin investors. We are buying and holding like crazy. So That's what all the indications on the blockchain is saying, whilst the price is not saying that exactly. XRP slides 9% after SEC appeals the decision in the landmark Ripple case. Oof. Ouch. Well, I'm surprised they're attacking XRP so badly. It is, it has the power to be the banker coin of the future, to control the people, to prevent them from doing things such as, protecting their wealth. So if you support XRP, you support, stealing people's wealth and doing this, not having this protection of your wealth. IMF pressures El Salvador to overhaul its Bitcoin regulations. Yes, the IMF is saying what we have recommended is a narrowing of the scope of the Bitcoin law, strengthen the regulatory framework and oversight of the Bitcoin ecosystem, and limiting public sector exposure to Bitcoin. We don't want people to be hurt by Bitcoin. They're going to lose money. Why would you do that? You care about people, don't you? So don't let them get exposed to Bitcoin. Let the rich people do that. They can handle it. The poor people, they can't. And that is what the IMF is saying. So be careful. What in the end they're going to come and want to take everybody's Bitcoin to port, right? By saying, hey, we need to protect you by taking all your Bitcoin and giving you fiat. Don't let them do it. Ooh, Vitalik supports lowering Ethereum solo staking requirements because, well, things are looking really bad, right? They want to get some people involved in staking Ethereum so they can get a percentage. Solo stakers run full nodes using private computer equipment without relying on third-party services, centralized entities, or staking pools to run. However, the current requirement is to lock up 32 ETH is a deterrent to broader participation. Yeah, dog. You should have thought of that before. I would have left it at 1, right? Personally, right? Because, Ethereum could go to thousands of dollars, and that it isn't thousands of dollars, but tens of thousands of dollars. And yeah, they should. I'm surprised they didn't think about that earlier, but I was like, okay, whatever. They wanted 21 validators, so fine. That's the way it is. But they can have other stakers outside of that, I think, or they could take turns, right, between all the 21 validators, and this will help spread the risk of one validator being coerced. So, right, by having this such large number, it becomes easier and easier to coerce the validators in the future. So, yeah. And besides, it would help if more than rich people could actually stake. Ethereum price falls 12% in 2 days. Are investors running out of a reason to hold ETH? Yeah, so that's why we need to start staking with 1 ETH, right? There is a concerted effort for Ethereum to drop off, especially since Vitalik's selling a lot, right? So there is some sort of black swan event coming. So maybe, if you have Ethereum, you should probably consider taking some profits. Okay, let's go on to some TA for today. As you can see that we are doing the World Series of Trading, and you can do so at bybit.davincij15.com. Also, I want you guys to check this out, the Spencer Lodge podcast. This is an old one, but it's a good one. You could check that out. This link is going to be in the description, so check that out later on. Just like I thought, we weren't waiting for it to break this downward trend. And then now what we're looking for on this other side of this trend is some sort of market structure, because we can't just jump in on a trade just because, it broke the trend line. That's not how you should trade. But now you should start hunting for either a reversal or a chance of it dumping. So let's take a look, see if we can get any kind of reversal pattern happen. And as you can see, there seems to be, it looked like there was liquidity up there, but then it just disappeared. But I'm not sure if that's the case. But let's go down to the 5 minute, see if it's pretty heavy. It is heavier, but not as heavy. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. It may dissipate as this thing comes out. Yeah, I thought so. It's dissipating as this expands, right? Because there's probably heavier. So if we go zooming in, it's pretty heavy if we zoom in, right? But as we zoom out, it's like not as heavy as because there's not much in comparison to everything else. That's what it's doing. This is in comparison to everything else. So if we're on a zoomed in time frame, this looks very heavy and juicy. So you could see that there could be a trade on the lower time frames that it could go from anywhere from top of this liquidity trap here of 63.33. Oof, damn, that's not good. All the way to 63.840. So if you're going to do a short, it'd be up here. And if you're looking for a long, well, there's not much liquidity for us to go down and chase after here. There's a little bit, but not much, right, for it to go after. So it might have to pump up a little bit before it goes down. These are all the shorters who think, oh yeah, I'm going to short this like down to the gap. And yeah, that usually ends badly. So, all right, looking at Ethereum, let's just quickly look at this chart. Oof. Well, this is not good. We look like we're going to have to retest the lower level here at 22.45. Let's see if there's any indication of that here. Yep. With the liquidity. And yes, there is. 22.45. Yeah, there it is. Right in there. Now, it's not as bad as there is liquidity way up here. So there could be an opportunity for us to reverse back up here, but likely not, because Ethereum doesn't like to do that often. This is the liquidity, the closest liquidity, right, for us to go after, and so it'll tend to go after the closest liquidity, and then the furthest one. So there it is. We'll probably clean this up. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we zoom down that we can probably go a little bit higher, because of liquidity at the lower levels at the 5 minute. If we were to go to 5 minute, probably a little bit more. Yeah, so we could end up here in this area just before we go down, or even in this area down here, right, which is a 24.40-ish area before we actually break down and go after this liquidity down here, which is taking us right. Oh, look at that. 22.44 is where there's some serious heat, and that's where we're thinking of Ethereum heading down. So right now, I would wait for it to either come up here before you actually take a trade. I wouldn't want to get caught taking a short here to just this short level here. So effectively, what you're looking for is a short in right up at the 200 period moving average. Whoops, that's not a short. I would move it right down a little bit, so it's just below, and then take it to 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio easily if we come up here, and that's where you'd take that short for Ethereum. All right, well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you guys on the weekend. We're going to probably do some live shows, and then taking some time off just to move this studio. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Peace.